The other thing you want to make sure is your hip and knee stay in line. You want to be careful reaching that too far out or letting that collapse to the point where it's going to just, you know, like here, you can set like 300 pounds on it. Yeah. Here you can set like 20 and it's going to fail. So you got to kind of like figure out where that, and sometimes I'll reinforce that with this. Because, you know, all I want to make sure is that you don't get me here. Yeah. Because now I'm dead. Like now I have to really work to get out of this. Yeah. Where if it's like, if I'm here, I can just move to get out. Does that make sense? So let's just kind of, I'll move around a little bit for a minute. And then the first thing you want to do is, this is called seated guard, right? You're here. And if your guard isn't trustworthy enough to go here yet, you want to be really careful about how you accept somebody coming into you, okay. Right? So a lot of times I'll take my hand and I'll block their knee right here, right? And that way, like, because if I can come in here, right, then I can start flattening you out. So a lot of it's like blocking and making sure, and I'm trying to get you on your back, and we're hand fighting here, just like we'd be hand fighting on our feet, right? Then you have to kind of decide like what guards you want to go to. You've got to figure out how to block, and then pull me in. Right. So a lot of times I go up, and then I push this hand out. See how it locks that hand out and you can't turn it back into me? Yeah. Right? Yeah. So if I just go like this, you push the hand right back into me. Yeah. Right? But if I turn it upside down like this, ooh, that's really tough. Right? Yeah. Then it's here. Does that make sense? Yeah. So then all I want to do is turn my hips. I want to turn this knee out, then drop down. So I want to go here, turn out, drop. So let's just start with the grips, because I'm going to be here like this, right? One hand is going to turn in, okay? And now grab this one, the same thing, and turn it this way so that I feel stuck, right? Okay. So, because there's a straight arm bar here too. Now throw your legs around, bite, right? Yeah. Makes sense? Now, from here, you want to TP your legs straight up in the air and then shift your butt that way, right? So, still a little bit of space. Can you turn your foot towards that garage? Turn, yes. Yeah, see how that knee starts pushing my shoulder in? So turn your foot that way, right? Yes. Yep, now underhook this arm. Yep, see that? Oh, wow. Okay, so now pull this knee closer to my ear. Yes. Whoa. Right? So pinch. So the problem is a lot of people do triangles like this, right? And this is a lot of space. This is still quite a bit of space. But when I do them, I want to turn out. Hips out, drop down. Now there's no space. Plus, if I move my foot like this, right? See? But if I have it like this, I can actually shave everything tighter. So depending on, like, because here's the thing, if you fight a bigger opponent, you don't need all that space. But if you fight someone skinny, you got to be able to fit that space. Yeah. Let's go through that one more time, and then we can move on to something else. So, good. So, yep, that's good. So, cut the angle. Right now you're staying straight on with me, which is a lot of knee. Right here. See how now you're looking at my ear? Oh yeah. Right? Now don't push me away, pull me in, and now squeeze. Yeah. Sometimes you push me away and it opens this side of my neck. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Right? Yeah. So you really want to make sure that when you lock, you're turning this in right here. Yeah. But then you're pulling yourself so that you're looking at the side of the ear. This shaves up, this bites down. Ooh. Yeah. Then that closes all the space off. Ooh. Make sense? Yeah, that's a tap instantly. I want to hold this, cup back here. Do you feel how when I cup here and then here? So now I can lock this in and I can start to, or I can use the blade. So, and then if you straighten the arm, then I shift the hips. So, yeah. All while attacking this Kimura too if you want. So I want to look at all three of those. Because here's the thing, like the first submission hardly ever works. Right? Most people predict that. But it's all these submissions that you keep drowning in that finally catch you. Right. I'm going to be in here, we're going to be hand fighting. Push out, block. Right? if I can keep the hand where I pulled it on this side and turned it over like I did, right, and I was good, then I'm gonna keep turning this and then reinforce it and pull, right? Yeah. Or I'm gonna catch this here, right? Yeah. So this angle, right, I can underhook it, catch right here, pull, right? That'll also make this tighter. So I can also at any time start to straight arm bar this over here. Make sense? So, or you can just keep this here and then start to come up.
Yeah.
So it's like 5 submissions that no matter what they do, they're just getting caught the whole time.
Yeah, I like that. This is like the Swiss Army.
Well, that's that's what you're looking for.
This is amazing. Okay, so.
Yep. You just want to basically have that like feed the arm out. Now I call this triangle guard. Some people, I mean, like the problem is some people look at the triangle as a submission, and it is, but I think it's like a guard. There's so many things that you can do from it, and I feel better about controlling people from it. Yeah. You just can't let them cut the angle where your legs get collapsed. So now that you're here holding this, grab the elbow, yep, see that? Yeah. Now take your other hand, use your head to pinch and grab your other hand. Yes, now cut the angle on this side and now start to put pressure into it, right? So now reach over and grab this arm for the Kimura. If I'm here, yep. So lock you got your wrist locked in?
I guess I need to get it.
Yep.
There you go.
Right? See how that Kimura works? Yeah. So just start to pull my elbow to your chest. Yep. Right, now cut the angle for the triangle. Yep, there you go. Yep, keep cutting. If you can, keep this arm over here. And now squeeze everything together. Pull this knee closer. Yep, and now start to hug. Yep, there you go. Good. Nice. Right?
Beautiful. So it starts with the hand fight.
Always going to be a hand fight. Like sometimes what happens is people for wrestling start on their feet hand fighting, and they'll work for what? The shot, they'll work for whatever they want. Yeah. But nobody works it from every position. So if I'm on your back, I'm hand fighting. If I'm in your guard, I'm hand fighting. Because whoever's going to start accepting the loss is already going to start accepting the loss everywhere else. Right? If you give up on the hand fighting, then I'm in my head winning. Yeah. Right? That's a good point.
Yeah, I need a bag, bruh. Send it through quickly. I'm making his dog like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, I told him I'ma hit it out of stands. I deserve another 100.
The big mistake that everyone makes is they frame on their wrist right here, right? And if you drive your head into me, I can't push back. Does that right? So like shoulder pressure me in here. See how I can't do anything? I'm stuck. Yeah. This sucks. So if you let up, right? If I go here, right? This is where I want my frame at. Right here. Now drive into me. Right? Yeah. Everyone frames here, and they don't think it, but your wrist is weak. Yeah. Your wrist has no strength. Here, now you can't shoulder pressure me, and now you can't actually smash into me. Right? So when you're getting those guys that are grabbing you here and they're shoulder pressuring you and everything sucks, it's just because your frame's not in the right place. Right? Now I can open, now I can close, right? Now I can shift my hips, right? Now I can create space. Yeah. But if you're able to collapse my wrist, right? It doesn't matter how strong I am, I can't push back. Right. So I really want to make sure that I'm just kind of clamping right here, right? And I'm getting this right here, the bone, right on your jugular, right? And then just not letting you know it. Even if you try to take your shoulder and turn my head, right? So see how there's no pressure there?
Yeah. And it just opens me up more.
So the biggest thing is just getting to that place where like you have really good frames and you can actually create space. Instead of being here trying to create space but you have no strength because your arm's kind of like dead. Yeah. Right? So just getting the frame right there. Okay. So I'm going to create the space that I need. Okay? And then this hand is going to sneak to this side. Okay. Right? I'm just going to go from this side to this side. Now, here's the killer, okay? I want to take my legs and I want to go that way too, right? And then I'm going to swing this back to your head and then latch onto the front headlock. Okay? Yeah, like there's 2 ways that we're going to go about this. One to the back, one to the front head. Okay? All right. So, we're here, framing, okay? latch, right? A lot of times this elbow is like, people just sit here and they do this, okay? But what I really want is this is pushing your base out, right?
Yeah.
If your base can't stay in a solid position to smash me, if it's compromised, you just don't have strength.
Yeah.
So I'm here and here. I'm gonna walk a little bit away, cut this across to the hip as I throw away, right?
Okay.
Then come around to the front headlock. Not saying we need to go for it, but it's just nice because sometimes when you escape out the side, I like to go right on the offense instead of resetting and giving you the time to kind of like feel comfortable to attack back.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So now the other side, if you're keeping your hips really tight to me and I can't control, like you sucked me in here and I can't get this arm across, right? Then I'm gonna lift this up, right, like this. Then I'm gonna flare this arm under here.
Okay.
Now my legs are gonna go this way. Right? The other hand was for the other way. This leg is for this way. So I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna come out on your back, right?
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm either, this hand is sending me to your head, this hand is sending me to your hips. So, wanna try that?
That's amazing.
So you're gonna have to make sure that when you work this frame in, that you don't let me get on your wrist like this.
Okay.
See the difference?
Yeah. Like this.
So I actually want to be here, elbow in at your side, right? Because what you don't want is me to get control of your arm.
Right.
So you kind of want your elbow to stay at your side, but you want this frame a little bit like here. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so play with that a little bit and just kind of see if you still have strength. If you feel like you lose strength, adjust. Yep, now open, close, right? Open, close. Make sense?
Yeah.
So if I'm driving into you, you open up, right? If I'm settling back, you keep your elbow safe. Just gotta be careful that your elbow doesn't, because then I'm gonna go for arm bars, right?
And do I have to hold you down here a little bit so
Yep.
you can just jump over like that?
Right, yep.
Okay.
So now take the arm across to the other side. Yep. So now remember, the legs, put them up in the air, and you're gonna punch this. Like you're gonna try to send me to that wall over there as you swing your legs and come to your base.
Okay.
Yep.
2, 3.
Now, right to the front headlock, right? And then sometimes I'll sit right to guard and go for the front guillotine or anything like that. Or I'll circle over the back. Just depends what you want or who you're facing.
Try that one again. That was cool.
And then just make sure that I can't start to walk your elbow up. So just be active with that. Like people are gonna try to put you in an arm triangle by punching this up.
Yeah.
And if you're lazy with that, they'll get it. But if you're not and you're active, they can't.
Got it.
All right?
So this is active shooting right here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Nice. Just make sure before you just go for it, I always analyze all the details, right? Because there's a lot of space, and then it comes down to you using a lot of arm strength, and if the head pops out, now they're on top of you again, right? So just when you're any time you're like in this Darce position here, right? I like to make sure that I feed the arm across, right? Then,
So you know you're in.
right? Like get all those details because you're sitting in a good position.
Yeah.
You don't have to like rush it. But you don't want to fall over and then your arms slip out and then now this dude's on top of you beating the crap out of you. So this is going to open up and then your arm's going to swim under and there. Now we're loaded here, right?
Okay.
So now your legs are going to go this way. You're going to punch up, boom, right to the back.
Smooth, coach.
Right?
Yeah, that's real smooth.
So just don't chase the back.
Okay.
Right? Bring the back to you.
Got
when
it.
you chase the back, wrestlers will roll under you and they'll start going on leg locks.
Got it.
But and I'll show you this next.
Okay.
How to like slide your knee in and pull the back to you, you'll never lose it.
Oh, okay.
All I'm gonna do is bring you to me.
Oh, yeah. Way smarter.
Right?
Yeah.
Then I'm not putting my hips compromised up in the air. I'm just pulling you to me. So I just always drop the hip to my opponent because I've had so many people roll under me and start chasing feet.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yep. Yep, keep going up. Now slight, yes. Yep. Exactly.
Those are the little things that make you a good way.
Yep. And when you're doing a rear naked choke, do it like this. Right? So don't go like this. Do it like this. If I go like this, the problem is you grab my hand, and now I have to figure out how to get this hand free, right? But if I'm here and as this is coming under, they're meeting, right? So like this is sliding under and then it's just sliding up.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then I don't want to pull, right? Sorry. I just want to bring my elbows to your chest, right? So everybody tries to yank the head off in the rear naked choke, and then their arms get tired. I just want to compress you down, right? So my hands, like as I'm coming under, this hand's already going behind the head so that you can't ever grab it. And then this one's just sliding in and biting down. So, and then just play with that. Yep. First I go hand straight up, right? Because it gets it really deep, right? Then I clamp down. Yep, there you go. Feel the difference?
Yeah.
Then your arms don't get tired.
Yeah.
If you do this starts to get tired, and then eventually people start to push that elbow up and get space to breathe. And then they get kind of like to the point where they can save themselves. Then your arms are tired.
Yeah.
Here, arms never get tired, you just are hugging them.
Yeah.
So,
Beautiful, man.
make sense?
Yeah.
Like it might be hard and it might be exhausting to hand fight, but it's 100 times harder to take some dude that's your size smashing your chest.
Yeah.
So I will spend an hour any day hand fighting than just having to have someone smash me and try to get back from that.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like I tell my students, like it's building a house, right? Like you're not gonna just build the house in the first move. You have to win every battle. The first battle is making sure that I win that hand fight to that frame. That frame starts to build the walls. Those walls build me back to my guard or build me back to wherever I need to get. It's not just one boom, I'm free. It's like every little battle. So crucial. It's like unbelievably crucial that you're patient with that and do it without wasting energy. I want you, when I'm hand fighting you, I want you to get worked up so that you start breathing heavy, and I want to stay relaxed. That way you're exerting all your energy and then I'm just slowly climbing. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Make sense? If I do this like everyone where I separate the knees, I lose it all.
Yeah.
So once I pinch this, I don't cross my feet, I just keep it pinched.
Okay.
Then my elbow reinforces so your leg can't come forward. Right?
Yeah.
And then all I'm gonna do is this. Right? Now you have to make a decision where you're gonna go from here.
Yeah.
Right? Like, now I'm on a mount. Right?
Yeah.
So I just want, and then my feet are going right on you.
Yeah.
Because I have to make sure that you can't just re-smash in. I don't want to do all this work. I don't want to do 90% of the escape, and then you just re-smash me and everything's lost, and now I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I don't want that either.
I want to make sure that when I go here, right, now I shrimp away, get my feet on you, technically get distance so that I can start to come back.
Got it. Yeah.
Now you have to decide what you want to do with it though.
Got it.
You have to shrimp, right? Now get your foot on me right away. Boom. Push me away, do whatever. It just depends. Like, do you want me to? For me, I want to play guard. I'm a guard player. So I'm going to try to immediately create space and start playing guard. Some people, they just want to get back to their feet and get away. So you got to kind of decide, are you trying to get back to your feet and wrestle? Are you trying to get back to your feet, or are you trying to get to a guard? Like, where do you want to go? That's all it is. Once you create that space, you have to make the decision what you want to do with that space. See how you just created space though?
Yeah.
You have to get your leg free without creating space, right? Hard to do. So now when I'm here, this is where maybe you could try to go for half guard. And that way that would be to push that leg through. And now you're in half guard, right? And if I'm in half guard, I gotta make sure you can't club my head. So just make sure I'm framing, this is what's gonna club my head, and this is what's gonna flatten me out. So like here, so like this is bad. I don't wanna ever be here in half guard because you're gonna start winning, right? So I gotta make sure that when I play half guard, I control this arm. If I'm on this leg, this arm. Now try to smash, right? Just keeping my frames in place, not letting you get smashed, right?
You got me.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the big thing, that anytime you play half guard, you don't let me club you and flatten you, because this is dangerous. So just protect. So here, here, right? Then shoot the Kimura. Boom, right there, right? So if you're gonna do the Kimura, you need to, there's too much wiggle space here.
Yeah.
So you need to pull, try not to let my hand come, yeah, there you go. Get my elbow to your chest.
Yeah.
There it is. That's where I want it, yep. So just pull the elbow right to the chest, and then it's only an inch.
Yeah.
That works. But if it's like floating out here, like I have quite a bit of play.
Let me do that mount thing you did again. That was really great.
So just take one knee. If you can, bring your heel to your butt as close as you can.
You just do one, right?
And never try, if you can, everyone's different though, but can you have your heel off the mat? So, and what I mean by that is like, I want this. Because here's the thing, if my heels are on the mat, I don't have my hip power to explode. It's in my toes.
Oh God, okay.
That actually really generates the bridge.
Okay.
And that actually uses my hips to shrimp.
Oh hell yeah.
But if I use my heels, I'm more stuck and sliding. So really think about trying to walk on your toes if you're gonna do like a solo drill, and just get in the habit, right?
Got it.
So of coming and moving with your toes and getting to your knees. That would be a good one too, is like, just get to your knees without using your hands. I try to do a lot of solo drills where my hands can fight and defend the whole time as my body moves. Push.
Hand here like that?
Yep. Now you're in half guard. Now you're here, right? I like to play half guard with the knee shield, so.
Okay. Yeah, that's how my coach taught me too.
You know, and again, knee and hip. So don't be here. This is where your hip flexor is gonna start to be engaged and you're gonna start to fail.
Okay.
Right? Knee in line with the hip flexor, no exhaustion on the hip flexor, right?
Yeah.
So these can only take like 5 pounds of pressure before they start to fail. Keep this up nice and tight, right?
Wow. So the pressure coming down, not like this.
Because if I'm here, what do I do?
Yeah, you're
right?
pushing me.
So here, you can chill all day,
All day.
right?
Yeah.
So then grab the wrist, right? Yep. Now pull the elbow to you. Reach over and grab my elbow.
This guy?
Yep. Pull it to you. Boom. Right? Yep. There it is. Perfect. Yep. So, and you can either sit up for it, or you can just reach and pull the elbow, and it'll come right to you.
I like the reach one.
So, it's completely up to you what you want to do.
So
then I'm framing here, and then I'm just gonna pull the elbow to me.
Oh, dude.
Right? So instead of sitting up, which is kind of dangerous, I have my frames here and just pull the elbow to me. Right?
Yeah. And then slide it.
Like you can't stop it. Your shoulder here doesn't have the muscle to actually stop that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So just anytime anyone's sitting in their elbows back, right? People try to pull the elbow this way. Just this way. Right?
That's so sneaky.
So I block the neck. So lock the seatbelt in.
Okay.
Right? Here. And then I'm gonna drop my head to the mat. Right? Now there's no way for you to choke me.
Yeah.
So even if you try to choke me from right here,
Yeah.
right? You don't have the angle.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, I want to get my head on the mat of the non-choke side.
Okay.
Is like the easiest thing for me on the basics. It gets of course more advanced than this.
Yeah.
But like the basic fundamentals is getting my head to the mat protects my neck, right?
Yeah.
Then I want to get my butt and my head above yours. The only thing I want to worry about and focus on now is you trying to go to mount.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's just like let me feel that. Let me feel what that feels like. There's more advances to it, but like in a scramble and a quick heat of the match, like whatever side, right? You take your feet, you bridge up, get your butt on my thigh, right? Then this leg, if you sit on this leg, right? Even if I want to come to mount, I get to determine by sitting on the leg how fast you can come up.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
So if you're being lazy with this, I'll just slide out and go to mount. But if you're sitting on my leg, I have to get that leg out before you turn into me and start coming up.
Nice.
Right? I'm gonna have to figure out how to regain your back.
Yeah.
By the time that you do one good shrimp that way, and then turn into me. Yep, now scoot away further. really scoot away, because like it's gonna be coming up where both of us are now sitting on our side,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be who gets up first.
Got it.
Right? And you, no matter who gets up first, you just want to get to a place where you can actually use your game.
Yeah.
Instead of just letting me come on top and start to smash again.
Got it.
Okay, so
Another thing.
there's a cool thing right here that I like, right?
Yeah.
You can lock the Kimura in right here, right? So there, it's locked in here. Or I can just bite this arm down like this, right? And then I can just sit. Let me practice that. So it's trapping that arm that's going, so one's gonna go in the neck, one's gonna go into the armpit. And if you can't get the Kimura here, just wrap the arm up at my arm and then start to sit into me. Yep. And now come on top. Right? This is the arm that's in my armpit, right? So I'm just trapping this arm. Get it out? Right? So I just have to make sure that I have a good bite on that elbow and you can't pull that arm out. If you pull the arm out, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah.